Ladies and gentlemen, my name's Brandon.
My name's Brandon.
My name's Brandon.
And I'm about to go back in time.
Wanted to go back in time, wanted to let go.
Do you think Denver has a mental health crisis right now?
I think the whole world has a mental health crisis right now, especially Denver.
Suicide is something that is really, it impacts a lot of people, and suicidal ideation impacts a lot of people.
I do think that usually it's an impulsive decision, so it could just be as simple as a really bad day or a breakup.
Parents don't really advocate for it either, so a lot of kids are suffering in silence, so that's a big issue. So they feel like that the only way to the only way out is suicide, so that's a big problem.
So whenever I'm speaking to people, I work at a liquor store around here, and the sort of things that people say about themselves, they say I'll be ringing them out, and then they'll drop a bottle. They'll say, "Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm this. I'm that." I'm like, no, stuff happens, things break, and that's the only thing in life that's guaranteed is going to happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when they're talking down on themselves and putting that negative energy out there, it's not a good thing. You shouldn't be talking about yourself in a negative manner.
They don't have enough courage to really talk about it to others because it's seen as weird, and you know that the thing that people are going to tell you is to not do it, and you don't want to have to argue or justify yourself. So I can see, I've known people who have committed suicide, and I can see how, even though I haven't necessarily had those concerns myself yet in life, I can see how I could really have a hard time telling people that.
Right, absolutely.
And it's because it's a chemical thing. It's like, people have reasons that they do that, like depression, anxiety. Literally, your brain chemistry is altered, and it's not just about having an opinion or better outlook on life or perspective, right? It's deeper than that.
Of course, there's deep-seated trauma and institutional, social reasons.
If I could go back, I would have stayed. More than 1 in 4 people in Colorado suffer from a mental illness, mainly in young adults. Suicide is a leading cause of death for ages 10 to 24. Depression and anxiety rates are rising among Denver's working adults. Colorado's suicide rate is nearly twice the national average. Social media pressure is a growing contributor to youth suicide. In 2023, Colorado saw 890 adult suicide deaths. Suicide is the 8th leading cause of death in Colorado. We can't go back. We can't go back. I need to finish this movie.
Have you ever lost anyone to suicide?
I have lost a few people to suicide, so it hits close to home. My own daughter, in 2020, most likely, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that she took her own life. She suffered from schizophrenia, though, so hers was a bit different, than just, how do I say that? It's just, hers was because of her illness.
I think a little bit, but I don't think it has too much to do with politics or religion. I think it's mostly like people's certain situations at the time. You know what I mean?
mean, depends, because if you look back at your past, like there's a lot of stuff that you experienced that you probably wouldn't have, known otherwise. So I feel like, learning from your past mistakes inevitably pushes you forward.
Where do you think that insecurity comes from?
Just from past circumstances that made them feel like they're small, and that's a big variety there. I'm not sure in specifics, but in general, yeah, it would be that. A very important question is just to ask them how they feel and give them the space to express themselves without feeling bad for it. What we call mistakes only seem that way because of a recent point of view that we had, but as we grow, we'll see that our point of view wasn't outdated. It was more of us completing a timeline of ourselves, It was just that we didn't know ourselves before. That's why we look at something and say it was a mistake. But as we go on, we'll see that it was necessary for our growth.
If you could go back in time, do you think fixing your past mistakes would make you a better human today?
No, not at all.
No.
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 I have to go back.
Can almost see the silver light.